Welcome to the third episode of An Island Lost to Time. Today, we will be exploring animals. Not just dinosaurs, but other animals. We'll visit other parts of the island, some new, some old. Visit recurring characters and some new ones. We'll see lots of very fascinating events. Before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. With that being said, let's begin. This is a Pachyrhinosaurus. They have giant... He is wandering in the woodlands of the isle. He is wandering in the woodlands of the island. He starts to wander off, but we aren't done with him yet. He starts to ram into a stick, trying to move it, but he finds no luck and just decides to walk over it. He is only about 3 years old, but that is about the age where they are able to mate. So, that's what he's looking for now, as summer is the mating season for Pachyrhinosaurus. What he doesn't know is that he's being stalked by a predator. A Becalospinax walks and reveals itself, not to the Pachyrhinosaurus, but to the camera. He dashes off back to hide. But the Pachyrhinosaurus doesn't know and starts to feast on some leaves. Perfect time for the Becale to attack. The Becale leaps and bites down on the Pachyrhinosaurus's leg. But the Pachyrhinosaurus is not dumb and starts to kick off and runs, leaving the Becale there to chase after. After a couple minutes of running, the Pachyrhinosaurus turns around and gets ready to charge at the Becale. The Becale also gets ready to fight. The Becale is sent flying. He gets up. He has a fractured skull. Nothing terrible, but still very bad. He also might have a concussion. He decides this isn't worth it and runs off to probably go and hunt for fish. The Pachyrhinosaurus stands there, holding its guard, until he can fully see the Becalospinax has ran away. Then it continues to look for a mate. It's not the calmest day here at the river, but still, animals will come here for their basic necessities, such as this young Giraffa Titan, who is right now drinking from a very shallow part of the water. He goes up, decides to go meet up back with his herd. He watches on at the water, seeing how fascinated he is with it, but decides to go again. People don't always use this river for just drinking. Many animals use it for hunting. This is a baryonyx. He's using his teeth to dig holes in the mud, trying to uncover a fish. But nothing's working so far. He decides to use his giant talons, his giant claws. He ends up pulling a giant branch. That's not anything useful. He gets deeper in the water. He puts his jaw in, hopefully get ready to catch a fish. But nothing comes out of it. So he decides to go into the water to swim around. After a couple hours of searching, he finally finds a fish to eat. But it wasn't enough to fill him, so he decides to go back into the water. Last episode, I teased you with an animal that was in these waters. Now, I'm guessing you guys have been waiting for your moment to see what this animal is. Some of you probably have already guessed what it is by now, but others have not. So let me show you. A Pachycephalosaurus decides to start drinking in the river. He's calm, he's content, he's happy. But he doesn't know his life is about to end. He stands there, unaware that one of the largest ocean animals to ever exist is about to jump out of the water and kill him. Ripples start to appear. It leaps, a mosasaur. It grabs and starts to drag the Pachy into the water. It dives down to finish it off. Blood and guts start to fill the ocean, or the river, as the Mosasaurus feeds on the carcass. That's right. In this river, a Mosasaurus lives. But he's not the only aquatic animal that roams them. Another smaller one also does. A Pteranodon flies over the mess that is left by the Mosasaur. He goes close to the water, but it leaps and crashes onto the Pteranodon. They fall and back into the water. This is a Liopleurodon, mid-Jurassic, kind of like Mosasaurus, but earlier and different. It feasts on the dead Pteranodon that it caught. Liopleurodon is more common than Mosasaurus, as Mosasaurus does not breed as often as Liopleurodon does. So, it swims back into the waters to find more smaller fish, or dinosaurs, or animals ready to be eaten. The plains, a biome known for its vast and open area. Animals that live here are very strong, fast, and great at hiding because they don't have jungles and forests to hide. So, in the plains, it's a kill or be killed world. And one animal that we know plays this game really well. His foot stomps, patrolling his territory. Redneck. Redneck is pretty much the main character of our show right now. So we might as well see what he's doing. He looks on to the cliffside of his territory. It's climbable, but it's not the best to climb. He fought the Carnotaurus last episode, and he got that scar as well as these scars here. He's still strong though, because he recovered most of his wounds already. So now he roams it. killing all predators that dare challenge him. But right now, Redneck is bored. No animals have entered his territory in the past week or two, so he's hungry. But if he were to leave his territory, that would also be bad, as other animals could come in and steal it. So he has to make a decision. Survive or lose his territory. Losing the territory is only about a 10% chance that he does, as he is one of the largest animals on this island right now. Not including sauropods, of course. Out of theropods, he is one of the biggest. But he decides it's worth his hunger to find something to eat. After 5 or so minutes of running, he finds a carcass of a Torosaurus. It has a decent amount of meat on it, so he decides to start eating. It can fill him up for about 3 or 4 days. That's enough to find a maybe fully grown Parasaurolophus, Gallimimus, or if he's feeling very daring, a Stegosaurus. But right now, he is just enjoying what's left of this Torosaurus carcass. We will let him feast in privacy, as it's very rude to watch something eat, especially a Acrocanthosaurus. So we will go visit another plains animal. But this time, he's on the other side of the island. Welcome to the other side of the island. This is the north side of the island. It's way more darker here and more alpine, as northern regions are way more cold than southern. But on this island, snow still affects the entire island. This is Nedry. No, this is Nolan. Nolan here is roaming the tall grass, looking for a meal. Sadly, he won't find one, so he will walk off. This is what we call the land of the giants, as lots of sauropods here roam. Nedry knows he couldn't take a fully grown sauropod on, so he walks off. The sauropod just walks and continues to roam, completely unaware that a small Dilophosaurus was about to hunt him. He decides to roll around, getting all muddy, to cool off. He gets on top of the giant root of a giant tree. And that's where we'll leave him to be. Nedry leaps down to another root, a smaller one. He's now underneath a cliff side. He decides to hide just a few meters below the cliffside. A semi-adult, or a juvenile Carnotaurus walks. He was abandoned by his nest, as Carnotaurus only raise the strongest baby, and they kick out the weakest one. He was the weaker of the two. He is not the Carnotaurus that we saw last episode's child, but he is another Carnotaurus' child. He ends up wandering very close to Nolan, who leaps on top of the Carno, and they start to roll down the hill. The Carno gets a good jab, but Nolan is smart, and he's older, and he's stronger, and starts to push them down the hill. They both could die due to this, but Nolan is smart and backs off, getting himself a good stability, while the Carnotaurus still falls down the hill. It gets so bad, he falls down this giant cliffside and snaps his neck, killing him. Nedry was waiting on the other side to eat his meal. Rocky watches while he's walking on a giant fallen tree. He doesn't know where he is. He's lost. You see, Gyptosauruses usually worked in packs, but not Rocky. See, Rocky actually is actually strong without anyone, due to his many battles with many other carnivores that he shouldn't be able to face.